Welcome back. You're still on to our Sunday specials on TVC News at 10. Now, the debate over genetically modified organisms, otherwise called GMOs, is growing louder and even more complex. Now, with diverse opinions and concerns emerging, Uloma Onyemachi in this special report dives deep into the conversation, presenting all perspectives to help the public make informed decisions. The report.
In Nigeria, agriculture is not just an industry, it is the lifeblood of the nation. With a booming population and the challenges of climate change, the country's food production stands on shaky ground. As Nigeria searches for solutions to strengthen its food security, genetically modified organisms or GMOs have emerged as a potential game changer. According to the International Service for the Acquisition of Agri-Biotechnology Applications, over 90% of corn, soybeans and cotton in the United States are genetically modified. Likewise, Brazil's soybean and corn are 95% GMOs, while India's cotton crops also hit the 95% mark, leading to higher yields and a reduced need for pesticides. With the mention of GMO, it provokes mixed feelings amongst Nigerians and also based on viral videos on social media.
Defect of russet Burbank potatoes called net necrosis, and you've seen potatoes with a little brown line sometimes or spots that come through it. Well, McDonald's won't buy them if your potatoes have that, and the only way to eliminate that is to
delve deeper into the topic. I visited the Nigeria Biotechnology and Research Development Agency for an insightful discussion with Dr. Rose Gidado. As a key figure in the Agricultural Biotechnology Department, she elaborated on the agency's view of GMOs as a pivotal solution for Nigeria's agricultural challenges, including low crop yields.
In the history, I think it's over 30 years of consumption of GMs and development and consumption and what, there hasn't been any like negative reports, that so person has eaten it and has died or what. So you have to ensure that safety is of utmost importance. And because of what is going on in the world, the climate change effects, negative effects, and what is affecting productivity to make life comfortable to mitigate some of these things.
Dr. Gidado acknowledges the limitations of GMO usage, especially around labeling, and assures efforts to improve transparency.
I have not seen any commercial farmer. Most of them are peasant farmers. They farm and they eat it. Maybe if they are selling, maybe within the villages, maybe 1 or 2 noodles. There is a distance from our own, laxity from our own side. So we need to go into this, do a survey.
The TVC crew, after the sit-down, toured the demonstration plot within the Biotechnology Agency, revealing the clear differences between GMO and traditionally grown crops.
We're here at a unique farm where two worlds of agriculture meet head-to-head under the umbrella of a major food crop in Nigeria, maize. On one side, we see the crop that is grown the traditional way but heavily infested by insects. But then, on this side, we see the latest genetically modified food, which is stellar maize, evidently green and thriving. But which of these crops will go ahead to ensure food security in the coming years? The viewers will make that decision.
Despite the potential of GMOs, skepticism remains among some Nigerians. We set out to see the people I believe feed the nation, farmers. This led us to Wasa, a farming community on the outskirts of Abuja. Farmers like Nicholas and Samuel noted the challenges of replanting GMO crops after harvest.
When you plant them, they will yield faster and they will yield much. But the effect in our body, the chemicals on the ground, is destroying our land.
When you use GMO, it will give you a yield, a particular quantity of yield. But as time goes on, diminish.
Also, farmers like Victor and Simon argue that infrastructure, market access and insecurity are more urgent issues to face in order to boost food security.
Most of us, we are just consumer production because we don't have the capacity to do the economic farming.
Sometimes we farm, you see the farm is doing well. Then when you come in, you see that cows and goats, they will come, spoil the whole things.
Opposition to GMOs adds even more complexity to the debate. To gain a balance on the subject, I spoke with Mr. Amwa, Executive Director of the Center for Food Safety and Agricultural Research, who outlined the risk and environmental concerns associated with GMOs.
This company that championed or pioneered the genetic modification technology, which is Monsanto, when farmers now plant the seeds obtained from this company, which they tagged as RR soy, for example, which is Roundup Ready soybeans. When you apply Roundup, which active ingredient, most prominent active ingredient was glyphosate, and it's still glyphosate, the soybeans will survive. If it is maize, Roundup Ready, maize will survive. Every other green weed will die. On one hand, people are, the ignorance of the public is being preyed upon. On the other hand, profiteering that will bring big money into those that are pushing and promoting for this.
The Deputy Director of the Center also challenged NAFDA's assurances, calling for caution and healthier alternatives.
It was also said that the planting of transgenic maize in Mexico is a historic crime against the people of Mexico. Against their maize, their biodiversity, their food sovereignty. We are seeing a lot of illnesses today. People are having, people eat very little and they're becoming obese. And they're wondering, why am I not losing weight? People are having, autoimmune diseases. You're seeing turbo cancer, you're seeing juvenile diabetes, lots of illnesses. So in interrogating the source of these illnesses, we are narrowing it down to what has changed over the past 20, 30 years. And one of the new things that we are seeing, one of the new phenomena that have come on the scene is genetically modified foods.
To add a nutritional perspective to the story, I spoke with Mary Makonjola, a nutritionist based in Abuja. She emphasized that there is no scientific evidence linking GMOs to nutritional deficiencies.
Scientifically, there's no really evidence to say that, if you take GMO foods, this is going to happen or this is not going to happen. Although there can be some slight differences in the parameters in terms of maybe if you are checking for protein level, for example, you are checking for carbohydrate level based on the purpose of why that plant is being formed.
A 2021 United Nations FAO report highlights that while GMOs can boost agricultural productivity and food security, but with a caution, their use must be strictly regulated to protect people and the environment. To reinforce this, I spoke with Nigeria's Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, who promised me that public health will always be a priority as the government works to secure the nation's food supply.
All what I can say is the Nigerian government cares about its people and it will not do anything that will harm its people.
The GMO debate involves not just experts but everyday Nigerians. We took a visit to a popular market in Abuja, Garki Market, where some Nigerians expressed a desire for more information on the issue.
When you add chemicals to food, which is not healthy for humans, I think it has to go through the normal process. If it goes through the normal process, I don't have an issue with it.
Awareness, yes, so that we know much about food, because like somebody like me, I eat anything that I see, anything eatable, I eat it, so I don't mind.
As Nigeria grapples with the challenges of food security, the debates around GMOs continue to intensify. We've heard from government officials, farmers, and even everyday Nigerians, all with divided opinions. Some see it as a solution, while others are concerned about the health risk it may pose. The question remains, is GMO able to feed the nation, or does it have more risk than rewards? Uloma Oyemachi, TVC News, Abuja.
too many questions, but only you have the answer to decide in that report. Well, that's where we have to end tonight's edition of our Sunday special on TVC News at 10. For more updates on the stories we are monitoring, you can visit our website, tvcnews.tv. You can also follow us on our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram, and on X at TVC News NG. On YouTube, we're live at TVC News Nigeria. Many thanks for watching, and on behalf of the team, have a pleasant